There are stories that inspire, and then there are stories that redefine what human potential truly means. Cristiano Ronaldo's journey doesn't just belong in the world of football, it belongs in the history of perseverance itself. From a boy who had nothing to a man who became everything, this is the making of the G.O.A.T. Cristiano Ronaldo. He was born in Madeira, a small island off the coast of Portugal, far from fame, far from wealth, and far from the glittering lights of stadiums that would one day chant his name. His family lived in a tiny home with a leaking roof and walls that whispered struggle. His father worked as a kit man at a local club, and his mother cooked and cleaned just to keep food on the table. Ronaldo wasn't born with privilege, he was born with hunger. A hunger that burned so fiercely inside him that nothing, not poverty, not rejection, not even pain could put it out. At the age of 8, Ronaldo joined a local team called Madeira. His teammates called him Crybaby because every time he lost, he'd cry. But those tears weren't weakness, they were fuel. To Ronaldo, losing wasn't an option. Even then, he wasn't just playing for goals. He was playing for his family, for his future, for an escape. Every kick of the ball was a rebellion against the life he refused to accept. When he joined Sporting Lisbon's academy, his world changed forever. He was just 12 years old when he left his island, his mother, and his childhood behind. The first night in Lisbon, he cried himself to sleep. He missed home, but more than that, he felt the weight of his dream pressing on his shoulders. Others were stronger, faster, older, but what they didn't have was his obsession. Ronaldo trained like his life depended on it because in his mind, it did. He would wake up before dawn to run sprints while others slept. He'd practice free kicks long after training had ended. His legs bled, his body ached, but his heart never broke. Then came the turning point. At just 15, doctors told him he had a racing heart, a condition that could end his career before it even began. For most people, that would have been the end. But Ronaldo refused to surrender. He underwent surgery, and within weeks he was back on the pitch. Not weakened, but reborn. From that day forward, he vowed never to take a single moment for granted. At 16, he made his debut for Sporting's first team, and the world got its first glimpse of something extraordinary. His footwork was electric, his speed supernatural, his determination unmatched. Word spread quickly. In 2003, during a friendly against Manchester United, he dismantled one of the best defenses in the world. Sir Alex Ferguson saw what others couldn't yet name a future legend. Days later, Manchester United signed him. The world wasn't ready for Cristiano Ronaldo. The English Premier League was tough, brutal, and unforgiving. Critics mocked his style, his stepovers, his arrogance. But they didn't understand. Arrogance wasn't his flaw, it was his armor. Behind that confidence was a boy who had survived too much to ever back down. Day after day, he transformed. He spent hours in the gym, sculpting his body into a machine. He studied every detail of his game, the angles, the physics, the movement. He didn't want to be good. He wanted to be unstoppable. By 2008, he wasn't just a player, he was a phenomenon. Premier League titles, FA Cups, Champions League glory, he won them all. And then came the Ballon d'Or. But for Ronaldo, success wasn't a finish line, it was a checkpoint. He knew there was more to conquer, more to prove. And so, in 2009, he made the move that would define his legacy, Real Madrid. In Madrid, pressure reached a new level. The world's most expensive player, the spotlight always burning, the comparisons to Messi constant. But Ronaldo thrived on pressure. It didn't crush him, it carved him. Season after season, he rewrote the rules of greatness. He scored goals with the precision of a sniper and the power of a storm. Records fell like dominoes. He didn't just want to be the best of his generation, he wanted to be the best ever. His training was legendary. While others celebrated, he worked. While others slept, he prepared. He measured his meals, timed his rests, perfected his craft. His body became an instrument of precision, his mind an engine of focus. Every muscle, every breath, every moment was fine-tuned to victory. But greatness isn't only built in triumph, it's tested in adversity. In 2014, he played through injury to lead Portugal to their first major international title. In 2016, During the Euro final, he was forced off the pitch with tears in his eyes after an early injury. Yet from the sidelines, he coached his team to victory, roaring, commanding, believing. When Portugal lifted that trophy, it wasn't just a win. It was a symbol of everything Ronaldo had fought for. Years passed, clubs changed, critics evolved, but his hunger never died. From Madrid to Juventus and back to Manchester United, to Al Nassr, he continued to defy time, age, and expectation. Every goal he scored became a statement that greatness isn't given, it's earned relentlessly. Beyond the records and the trophies lies the man who never forgot where he came from. The boy from Madeira, who used to share a room with 3 siblings, now owns a legacy that stretches across generations. Yet, when he speaks, he still mentions his mother's sacrifices, his father's struggles, and the island that shaped him. For all his fame, he remains grounded in the pain that once built him. What makes Ronaldo the G.O.A.T isn't just his goals, it's his grit. It's the nights no one saw, the sacrifices no one counted, the failures that fueled his rise. He didn't just chase perfection, he created it. Every time he fell, he rose higher. Every time he was doubted, he answered with dominance. To some, he's a footballer. To others, a machine. But to those who understand, Cristiano Ronaldo is something deeper, a symbol of the human spirit's refusal to accept limits. His story teaches us that talent might open the door, but obsession keeps it open. That dreams demand pain, and greatness demands everything. So when you see him step onto the pitch, chest high, eyes locked, remember he's not just playing a game. He's living proof that from the humblest beginnings can rise the most unstoppable force the world has ever seen. Cristiano Ronaldo, the boy who came from nothing and built an empire with sweat, scars, and sheer will. The man who turned criticism into fuel, pain into passion, and dreams into destiny. The living legend, the relentless warrior, the making of the G.O.A.T.